Presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Basketball is brought to you in part by Dairy Queen, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Avera St. Mary's, and Bankwest. And by Bill Donato, Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Brooking Electric, Gateway Ford Lincoln and Toyota, and Midwest Co-op. Governor Sports also a service of Fisher Rouse, First Dakota National Bank, Land Motors, All Around Graphics, and Faith Lutheran Church. And by Missouri River Dentistry, Milwaukee Federal Credit Union, Papa Murphy's, Kruger Contracting, and Wagner Auto. And now for the call of the game, here's the voice of the Governors, John Winkler.
And from Riggs High School, we welcome you to the Pierre home opener as the boys look to go to 3-0 on the season as they welcome in the Sturgis Scoopers. Sturgis comes in at 0-2 after losses to Spearfish and Belle-Fourche, but a really good start for the Pierre Governors, beating both Rapid City schools last weekend on Friday and Saturday against Stevens on Friday and Central on Saturday. Sophomore game going on right now. It's about to wrap up here in the next 2 minutes, but I'm happy to be in the booth with Greg Dean tonight. Greg Dean, it's good to have you back in the booth with me. It's going to be a good basketball game, and excited for you to make your debut with basketball today.
Well, happy to be here and excited for tonight. Obviously, somewhat of a historic night. I mean, the first night, Brianna Kusler has the reins of the Pierre Governor basketball team here in Riggs High. She made her debut last weekend out in Rapid City, and like you alluded to, I mean, two very, very strong games for the Governors. The 68-38 win over what we think is going to be a very good Rapid City Stevens team on Friday night, and then followed that up with a 61-32 victory over Rapid City Central on Saturday.
The Sturgis team, they come in with a tough 2-point loss to Spearfish, 53-51, and then lost by 16-48-32 to Belle-Fourche. They're 0-2 to start the season, but two close games. The Belle-Fourche a little bit more of a bit bigger spread, but this is a team that, and we'll talk with Coach Kusler here in just a little bit. You don't want to give them any confidence because they're a team that returns a lot from last year, and at 0-2, that's not where they want to be. And if you give them confidence here on the road on a Friday night, things can go differently than what people are expecting things can go tonight.
Yeah, and I think the thing that really struck me is as we were looking at the lineups, both up and down, both in the starters and the guys in the rotation, is that both of these teams are really, really young, a very junior-heavy roster on both sides. Not very many seniors for the Governors, just Matt Hansen, the lone senior on this team for Sturgis. I think they've got three guys, four seniors, either in the starting lineup or in the rotation, but primarily most of their scoring is going to come out of their junior and sophomore class.
Governors are looking to have an opportunity to go to 3-0 on the season as they take on the Sturgis Scoopers as a sophomore game getting done here in just a moment. But Greg, is this season too for this Pierre Governor team, this is a big opportunity to be 4-0 going into the Christmas break. Obviously you can't get to 4-0 unless you win tonight against Sturgis, but to be 4-0, last couple of years, things snowballed in losses. Now if you get that the opposite, you get some wins, things start to snowball. You might win a couple games that you're not supposed to win.
And I think anytime you talk about any kind of team sport, if you can get on a roll and develop some confidence, develop a little momentum, that just carries over, and you figure out ways to win games. We talked earlier today that when you win those close games, as you get deeper on into the season, you figure out and you get into another close game, you say to yourself, well, this is how we won in the past. We got to figure out a way to do it again. Same way is on the flip side of the coin. If you lose those close games and those begin to stack up, then you get into a close game later in the year and you kind of go, oh, how are we going to lose this one? And it's just a mental thing that plays on itself. And so I think the Governors with the strong start last week, hopefully with a couple of potential wins both tonight and then tomorrow afternoon against Spearfish. If they can go 4-0, that would be a big momentum boost going into the Christmas break, and it's a long Christmas break for the Governors, almost 2 full weeks.
Yeah, you're going to go 4-0, and then you're going to feel like you're 0-0 when you start after the New Year's with January 6th, their next game after Saturday. The sophomore game just ended. We're getting closer to tip-off between the Pierre Governors and Sturgis Scoopers in the varsity game. We step aside for 3 minutes. We'll start our conversation with our coaches. We'll first talk with Coach Buss of the Sturgis Scoopers. Back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bankwest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent with Bankwest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
Papa Murphy's in Pierre is here to make your big game party a success. They have fresh-made, delicious pizzas, cheesy breads, salads, and desserts that are ready to bake for all you football fans. Papa Murphy's pizzas are made fresh for you right in our store, so no more worrying about cold, soggy pizza. You take Papa Murphy's pizzas and bake them in the comfort of your own home so they're hot and fresh right from your oven. Come on down to Papa Murphy's in Pierre and pick up your pregame pizzas. Papa Murphy's in Pierre. It's love at 425 degrees.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Faith Lutheran Church prays for God's blessings to all of our athletes and their families. We're proud of the commitment and dedication that you give to your team. We would love for you to join us and celebrate the successes that God gives to us on the field, in the classroom, and throughout our lives. You can worship with us at Faith Lutheran Church on Sundays at 8:30 and 11 a.m., on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m., or you can watch online at faithluth.com/livestream.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, joining me is Coach Buss of the Sturgis Scoopers. And, Coach, you come in tonight against a Pierre team that played really well last weekend. You guys are at 0-2, they're at 2-0. But from your perspective, let's start with Pierre first. What did you see from them last weekend that really impressed you on that 2-0 start?
I just really like the way they play. They play hard. I think they've got some very skilled basketball kids. They're all football players. They're all competitors. I just like the way they play. They play the game the way you need to play. You got a go-to guy in Keenholz. Edmonds is a really good player. I really like how he plays. And you got guys around him that do a nice job. So I was impressed with how hard they played. And then the confidence, when you're a competitor like these guys and they're successful in football, baseball, track, basketball, just the confidence they play with, and it really impressed me. And so we definitely got to make it hard for them tonight.
You guys started out 0-2 in your first two games, but what was some of the positives to take away? You lost a close one to Spearfish. It was a 16-point game against Belfouche, but what were some of the positives to take away from those two games?
Well, we played hard. I really thought our kids competed. We started slow against Spearfish, and that hurt us. And then, the last three quarters we were much better. But that hurt us. And then against Bell, we just struggled offensively. We had a couple kids get hurt early, and they didn't come back. That didn't come back to the game. and that hurt our rotation, hurt our depth, definitely on the offensive side, and we just didn't make many shots. We got good looks inside, and we didn't convert, and so I was a little disappointed there. But for the most part, the kids played hard. Our defensive intensity and our defensive effort has been okay. We're going to have to be better tonight, but it's been better than right where I expected, and then we just got to maybe try to get to that next level the next couple days.
Oh, and your starters all started at some point last year and return again this year. So that's going to be, again, the 0-2 start is not what you wanted, but something that having those starters, they've been here before. They know what it takes to get some wins.
Yeah, and we've got a good group of kids that put the time in, and they're good kids. Like I just really enjoy being around them. They're good leaders. They compete. And so, even just the little things in our JV game tonight, I just liked how they competed. And so hopefully we can carry that over into the varsity game and just compete, because we need to do that against a team like Pierre, and then tomorrow against Aberdeen. On paper, they're going to have better basketball players. I mean, it's not rocket science. We've done this long enough to know. But that doesn't mean they're going to win the game or have a better team. And we have to be able to, control tempo, make sure that we don't turn the ball over, and make them play for 32 minutes, not just give them a break here and there, turn the ball over for easy baskets. We just can't do that tonight. And we got to control tempo and execute our stuff and see what happens.
And in some respects, it's a tough place to play here in Pierre, but you get a chance to get on the road and get away from Sturgis area and get a chance to be on the road for the next 2 days. Does that maybe help a little bit? Maybe get a chance to get away from everything else that's going on, especially because finals are coming up for kids. Is it good to maybe get that break and maybe then just really focus on basketball?
Yeah, I love this place. Like you come to Pierre, the atmosphere is great. And when I was at Stevens, we always loved coming here. It was always a tough place to play. But I just think if you're a basketball fan, it's a great venue. And our kids, we hope that they embrace that. Even though we have our fans here, not as many of our fans as will be Pierre fans, but if we can embrace that and enjoy the night and have a good time. I mean, you're playing in Pierre, which is a great venue. Go to Aberdeen and play in a nice little venue there too. That a lot of good following for Aberdeen as well. You can't ask for more as a basketball fan and as a basketball player. So we need to embrace that and have fun tonight and do that.
And how do you have fun and get a win against Pierre tonight?
Like I mentioned before, we have to control tempo. You just can't let Keenholtz just do whatever. And he's too good with the ball and without the ball, and he gets his teammates involved. We got to control tempo, execute. Can't turn the ball over for easy baskets. Sometimes I think it's better for us if you're going to turn the ball over, throw it out of bounds. You can at least get our defense set up instead of turn it over for 2 points. So we got to limit those, control tempo, and we got to be smart in transition. We like to push a little bit. But against a team like Pierre, you just can't get in a track meet. So we have to be smart, continue to push it and to pick our spots, and then just execute our stuff so we get good looks and see what happens.
Coach Buss of the Sturgis Scoopers. Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Back with more of the pregame show next here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Brianna Kusler of the Pierre Governor boys basketball team. As coach, you get a chance to play at home in front of the home fans here for the first time this year. 2-0 start from last weekend. We talked about in the post game and game 1 and game 2. All it is just a 2-0 start. What's that message been? I know that's been the message, but what's the message going into tonight against Sturgis?
Again, we talked after the first game. 1 game's not enough for an identity defensively, and 2 games is not enough. It needs to be a night in and night out thing. So establishing that identity and continuing to progress with that, we've really dug in and been really focusing on the execution of our defense, and there's always areas to improve, and we understand that, and the boys have recognized that we need our defense to be really solid if we want our offense to play into what we want to be doing.
The Sturgis team comes in at 0-2. They lost to Belfouche and Spearfish. You probably got a chance to scout both teams that you'll play this weekend at the same time. But what did you see for Sturgis specifically here this game tonight? What did you see for them in their first 2 games?
They'll look to push the tempo a little bit. They have a lot of ball screen action, especially high ball screens. Nothing that we don't already do as well, so we have an advantage of being able to do that in practice and defend that every single day. But it's really going to be again focusing on us and not being so worked up about everything that another team is doing. If we can execute what we want offensively, rebound the ball as well as that we have been, and then make sure that we're communicating and executing, we'll be just fine.
You're the same starters as last weekend, but those 5, and of course you go 9 to 10 deep, and everybody got a chance to play last weekend, and everybody played well. Obviously, that's not going to be the case the entire season, but how do you want these guys? How do you make that happen? Try to make that happen game in and game out.
I think them recognizing their roles, and when they having different kids step up at different times is what we're going to look for throughout this season. They're going to have to try and take some people away, and what advantage we have is we have kids ready to step up, and that was really great to see last weekend. We weren't relying so heavily on just any given person or 2 or 3 people. It was 9, 10 guys being able to give us some consistency, and that's what we'll look to continue to progress with this weekend.
And this team being at 0-2, and obviously being only the 3rd game of the season, there's a long season left to go. So it probably isn't a trap game, but a team that's 0-2, a home opener, you're feeling good after those first 2 wins. Are you concerned about it being somewhat of a trap game against Sturgis tonight?
We really want to make sure that we aren't giving them any confidence. We want to go in and we want to be able to throw the first punch, as we say, and just like we did at Stevens, and get defensively, make sure that we're really solid, give them one shot, and really dictate the looks that they're getting. That's what, not necessarily not giving up a shot, but you determine what they take, not just giving them any shot that they want to take. So putting them into positions where they might not be as successful with the shots that they're getting, and then making sure that we're just staying together. They're going to have to start tossing different things at us, whether that be from a press standpoint to try and get us moving a little bit quicker, or even slow us down as well, but stay composed and make sure that we're controlling our side of the game.
You kind of almost answered my last question, but my last question is, how do you get the job done against Sturgis? Is that how you get the job done, or what else does it take to get the job done tonight?
Yep, definitely our composure, solid defensively, allow that to play into our offense.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
I got more of the pregame show next here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Are you still looking for some gift ideas to fill out your Christmas list? How about a Dairy Queen gift card? Now through Christmas Day, for every $10 in gift cards purchased, you get 3 small Blizzard. That's right, buy $30 of gift cards and get 3 small Blizzard coupons for free. A DQ gift card is sure to be a hit, and the free Blizzards can be your little treat. From all of us at DQ, we hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
We welcome you back here to Riggs High School as we are getting set for tip-off between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean. We will step aside for 3 minutes and come back with the starters and opening tip. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner. They will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stop for block shots, holler for net ceiling takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com. Member FDIC.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of heat-a-later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of heat-a-later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-a-later fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! It's Santa, and I wanted to let you and all the other little boys and girls in the Pierre area know that I'm going to be at Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota this Saturday, the 18th, from 1 to 4. You can tell me what you want for Christmas. If you'd like a free picture with me, stop on down at 518 East Sioux Avenue from 1 to 4 on Saturday the 18th. Meet Santa at Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Ho, ho, ho!
First United Methodist Church would like to take this time to wish the Pierre Governors great success in this sports season. Athletic competition builds skills, leadership, teamwork, and provides lifelong lessons in character development. I'm Pastor Greg, and I invite you to join us for meaningful worship, personal growth, and compassionate fellowship. For a list of worship times and upcoming events, visit our website, pierrefirstumc.org, or our Facebook page, Pierre First United Methodist Church.
As we welcome you back here to Riggs High School as they are going through the starting lineups for the Sturgis Scoopers. And it'll be number 0, Tyan Buss, the 5'9 sophomore guard. Number 10, Gavin Leitenberg, the 5'10 junior guard. Number 14, Ridge Inhofer, the 6' senior guard. Number 30, Jake Vleem, the 6'9 junior center. And number 55, Owen Cass, the 6'1 junior forward. We throw it down to Ryan Munson for the starters of the Pierre Governors.
Junior forward number 24,
Johnny Heyer, Dan Traversy, and head coach Brianna Kusler. The athletic trainer for tonight's game.
Joe Winkler alongside Greg Dean. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Greg, it is good to have you along with us, and it should be a good matchup, and it should be one for the Pierre Governors, and one to, I don't want to say handle business and get out of here with a win, but that's kind of how it feels going into this game, at least from our perspective. Handle business and get out with a win.
Yeah, and if the Governors can execute the game plan that they established and kind of their MO they established out last weekend, they were very good offensively, but even better defensively. If they can do that tonight, they should come away with a W.
Opening tip is going to be won by the Sturgis Scoopers, as it was Jake Vleem to win that opening tip, the 6'9" center, and Sturgis gets the first possession as we're underway here this evening. Buss at the right wing. He'll throw it back over top of the key for Ridge Inhofer. On the left side, it is Gavin Leitenberg. Top of the key now for Owen Cass. 20 on the shot clock, swinging it to the left side. Buss has it again, man-to-man defense here for the Pierre Governors. Buss drives left side, trying to lay it back, nearly turned it over, but it is in the hands of Owen Cass. Back to the top of the key, Buss for a three. That one's missed, but a rebound for Inhofer. Fresh 35 for the Scoopers. Top of the key, that pass from Vleem is tipped and intercepted by Jacob Mayer. And now back quickly down the court is Jackson Edmond. Left side, left-handed layup is good for Jackson Edmond, and the Governors are on the board first. Sturgis likes to push the pace, and they get it all the way down to the baseline. That pass deflected, nearly stolen away, but back to the top of the key on the right side now for Buss. Jacob Mayer picks him up as he'll work to the top of the key again. To the right side, Gavin Leitenberg. Matthew Hansen picks him up. 50 on the shot clock. Working it to the right side on the wing. Pass down low to the low post. A tough shot is missed. An air ball from Owen Cass. And quickly back the other way is Lincoln Keenels off the rebound. Keenels looks, picks up his dribble, throws right side for Mayer. Mayer down low for Edmond. Good step and a one-hand slam for Jackson Edmond. And he's already pumping up the crowd. And Coach Buss has got to take a timeout. And Greg Dean, if you're the Sturgis Scoopers right now, that's probably not the start you want in the first minute and 23 seconds of this game. Well, and the Governors, again, working the inside game. Even though Sturgis has some good size, Jake Vleem comes in at 6'9", Owen Cass at 6'1", but he's well put together at 6'1", and so they've got some size to counteract the Governors inside. But so far, the Governors have done a very good job of finding Jackson Edmond, and he's gotten to the rim twice pretty easily. There's a quick 30-second timeout taken by Coach Buss, and the Sturgis will have the ball from their own baseline and taking the length of the floor. But a 4-0 lead for the Pierre Governors in the first minute and 23 seconds of the first quarter. Jackson Edmond already with another dunk. And this time did not get called for a technical like he did last Saturday. He couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I think a lot of people could not believe that he got called for that technical. But here is out of the timeout the Sturgis Scoopers across the timeline as they will work it into the front court and over to the right wing. Ridge Inhofer, a foul's going to be called on Lincoln Keenels as he tried to get through the screen and was getting called with the foul. Yeah, Keenel's trying to come through the screen, trying to fight through, and just ran right over the top of Ty and Buss, and the Scoopers will get the inbound. Inhofer will catch in the corner. He'll work it back out to the right side, but a quick pass now for Leitenberg. Hansen again picks him up, had a fresh 35 after the foul. 6:15 to go in the first quarter. 4-0 lead for the Governors. That pass intercepted by Edmond. He's got another chance for a two-hand slam this time for Jackson Edmond. He's got all six, and the Governors lead at 6-0. Twitter's going to be all over the place with Jackson Edmond here pretty soon if he continues to dunk it like he has been. Top of the key driving in. There's a foul before the shots as Leitenberg started to drive. Matt Hansen gets called for it. And it should be a baseline inbound here for the Sturgis Scoopers. Edmond 3 for 3, 2 dunks, 6 points. That's a pretty efficient night so far. I was going to say, Governor's shooting 100% right now, or I should say Jackson Edmond shooting 100% right now. Carson Pankratz checked in for the Scoopers. Again, the fresh 35 after the second team foul by the Governors. At the top of the key, Leitenberg drives all the way, gets closed off. High post shot from Cass is good. And Owen Cass has got the Sturgis Scoopers on the board. And it's now 6-2 here with 5:34 to go in the first quarter. Jacob Mayer gets cut off. His pass over for Jackson Edmond. They'll work it back to Mayer and reset the offense for the Governors. A good man-to-man defense here by Sturgis, not allowing any pressure. There's a pass that was tipped by Mayer, but grabbed now by Keenels. They'll go one-on-one. Isolation. Good dump off for Bush, and he is fouled. And he'll go the line for two. And Christian Bush, who left the game Saturday early on. It's good to see him back in the starting lineup, and he's back to the free throw line.
Foul is on Leitenberg. That's his first, but Leitenberg leads this Sturgis team in scoring, 9 points a game so far through the first two, and this is a team that Sturgis brings to town today that's had just a little bit of trouble offensively. Only 41.5 points through the first two games is what they put on the board.
First one was missed by Christian Bush, as we'll have a couple subs coming in. Aiden Holderman will check in, as well as number 23, Connor Burns. Is it Bush 0 for 1 for the free throw line? Second one is on its way. That one's too strong, and a rebound's grabbed by Holderman. And the Scoopers finally get empty possession on the Pierre offensive trip. 6-2 with 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Governors lead it by 4. Passes behind Bus. He's able to recover, though. He started to cut to the basket before that ball got over to him. And now at the top of the key, it is Pankratz. Handoff and back into the corner for a long three. That is knocked down by Holderman. And the last 5 along the Scoopers is now 6-5 Governor lead. Keenels nearly lost the ball. The spin move around. Baseline jumper for Keenels is too strong. And a rebound comes out to Connor Burns. Scoopers right back across midcourt here, trying to take their first lead. After it was a 6-0 lead for the Governors. Coach Buss has already used a timeout, but now the Scoopers have an opportunity to take their first lead. At the top of the key, hand back off for Leitenberg. You kind of already see that the offense runs through Leitenberg. He'll pull up with a jumper. That's too strong. Rebound for Mayer. He gets a breakout for Lincoln Keenels, and before he can get that ball up to the rim, he is fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2, and the Governors will have their next set of free throws with 4:13 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and one thing that you noticed if you watched the Governors last weekend is that they played very free and loose. I mean, that's got up and down the floor pretty, they really looked to push the tempo and were able to get out, and that's how they put 60-plus points on the board in back-to-back games. Just a very free-flowing offense.
Cade Kaiser is checked in, as well as going to be Ben Heisler is in as well. Christian Bush and Jacob Mayer will take a seat. Jake Bleem is back into the contest here for the Sturgis Scoopers. 4:13 to go. Keenels made the first one. 7-5 is now the score for the Governors. Second free throw is on its way. That's good. He's 2 for 2 for the line. Brecken Kruger will check in, as he'll give Keenels a break. 4:13 left. 8-5 lead for the Pierre Governors. Gavin Leitenberg here for Sturgis. Moving from left to right on your radio dial. And a turnover by the Scoopers. As their third turnover now in the ball game. Boy, it's so nice to have you in the booth here with me, Greg Dean. I was about ready to say that was the second turnover. It would have been wrong because I'm not keeping track of the turnovers. Greg Dean helping me out. You help me out more than just in basketball in football and baseball. Now you're helping me with basketball. There's a good pass from Edmond to Heisler, and a foul is committed. And I bet Heisler will have an opportunity at the free throw line. That one's committed by, didn't see the number, but it's actually going to be 23, Connor Burns, who gets called for it, but Heisler's at the line for 2. First one is through for Heisler.
Heisler in double digits last week in the Rapid City Central game with 12 coming off the bench, second leading scorer.
Yeah, in his first 2 varsity games, he has not looked like he's playing his first 2 varsity games. He's looked like a seasoned vet when it comes to varsity basketball. He goes 1 for 2 on that trip of the line. The Governors are 3 for 6 at the free throw line here in the first quarter. They lead at 9-5. Driving inside the lane, a pull-up jumper is missed by Buss, and the rebound's grabbed by Edmond. Quick outlet pass for Kaiser. Heiser off the glass, missed the shot, gets his own rebound. Back over for Keenels. He'll go off the glass. That's through. And he has fouled. A chance for an old-fashioned three-point play for Lincoln Keenels. He's now got 4.
And that's one of the things that you and I talked about a little bit last week. We were trading texts back and forth after the game, is that Lincoln Keenels is the story is out across the state on him. He's probably going to lead this team in scoring more nights than not, but they've got enough weapons around him this year that he's not going to have to carry this team with 20-plus points a game.
Lead is back to 7. The old-fashioned three-point play is good for Lincoln Keenels as the Govs lead 12-5. Good hesitation. Driving to the basket is Owen Cass. He got that help defense off of him, and he was able to drive it all the way down and It's now a 12-7 ball game here with 3:15 to play in the first quarter. Christian Bush on the right baseline. He'll drive inside the low post. Good spin move around, an easy floater in the bucket for Christian Bush, his first field goal. And it's now 14-7, doubling up the Sturgis Scoopers and the Governors. Top of the key, that is Tanner Ortlieb, who's in the game for the Sturgis Scoopers. Left side, driving to the baseline to the low post. Nearly turning it over was Ridge Inhofer. Now Buss again, back for Inhofer on the left wing. His pass back for Buss with Kruger all over him. Gives him a little bit of separation. Had the 5-second count started. Step back for a three for Buss is well short, but it went off of, well, it's going to go off of Tanner Ortlieb last. I thought maybe it went off of Christian Bush, but the Governors will get the ball back after a missed shot there from Buss, and maybe not the shot selection that Coach Buss was hoping for. Here is Brecken Kruger for the Governors. A 14-7 lead with 2:35 to go in the first. Cade Kaiser in the left wing. Back for Kruger, who had looked and then abandoned the opportunity for the pass because he was wide open, and the Governors turned it over.
Yeah, and that's an early season mistake on behalf of Brecken Kruger. He started the cut after he made the entry pass and just turned his head and a little bit of a fraction of a second of a lack of communication and cost the Governors a turnover.
Leitenberg to the left side here for the Scoopers, down by 7 with 2:15 to play in the first quarter. Over on the left wing, inside, back out to Gavin Leitenberg. He tried to get separation here from Jacob Mayer. They'll switch. Now Christian Bush on the side of Mayer. Then a good pass, and a pass that was deflected by a good job by Jacob Mayer. And a quick pass from Keenels over for Heisler, who was trying to throw it down. And he's going to go line for two. Jacob Mayer is nowhere near the 6'9" that is listed for Jake Vleem, but able to front position in front of Vleem, it was able to disrupt that pass.
Yeah, and Jake Mayer is the kind of player who's probably not going to get a huge amount of points during the season, but his strength and what he really brings to this team is his tenacity on the defensive end, and you saw it right there. I mean, you saw it on the football field back in the secondary for the Governor football team, and he brings that same kind of intensity to the defensive end here in the basketball court.
As Heisler makes the first free throw. Second free throw from Heisler. That is also good, and he is 3 for 4 from the line, and a 16-7 lead. And Jacob Mayer, he got rewarded for for his work in football. Ended up being an all-state defensive player for the Governors, and rightfully so, an all-ESD and all-state defensive back for the Governors. And, of course, he's just a junior, so he'll be back another time for the Pierre Governor football team. 16-7 lead here for the boys basketball team with 1:40 to go in the first quarter. Leitenberg will try and drive all the way to the right side. High off the glass, missed the shot, and Christian Bush wins the fight for the rebound. Up ahead for Jet Zabel. Left side in the corner for Jacob Mayer. Back at the top of the key for Hansen. Right side, Lincoln Keenels. He'll catch. Gets a screen from Bush. Steps over it. It's foot's on the line. It's a long two for Lincoln Keenels. But it is true, and an 18-7 lead. And Coach Buss, with 1:17 to go, is going to take another timeout with an 18-7 advantage for the Pierre Governors. And, Greg, Sturgis was able to make a quick run after they called the timeout, being down quickly 6-0. But this Sturgis team, they've got to find any way to hang around. They cannot get this lead to 50, or the deficit to 15, 20 points here in the first half if they want to have a shot. Yeah,
and we talked about a little earlier just the fact that the Scoopers just so far this season have struggled a little bit offensively, just averaging just over 41 points a game, high of 51 when they played Spearfish last week. But this is a team, and I think that's exactly what Coach Buss is saying right now is that we can't allow these easy baskets. I mean, that was an open look for Lincoln Keenholz, and if you give Keenholz an open look more times than not, he's going to hurt you with it.
1:17 to go. 18-7 is our score. The Governors lead it by 11. As Sturgis has already used 2 of their 5 timeouts in this ball game in the first quarter. On the left side, it is Ridge Inhofer. He gets double-teamed. Lincoln Keenel steps away from the double team. Then that pass is deflected off the foot of Hansen. It goes out of bounds. Whether it was a kickball or going out of bounds, either way, it's still with the Sturgis Scoopers on a sideline inbound on the far side of the court with 1:04 to go. Inbound comes into the backcourt for Leitenberg. So he'll try to go one-on-one with Hansen. Picked up his dribble, nearly traveled. Now Inhofer. He steps away from the screen. They'll drive to the baseline and kick it back out to the wing for Buss. Now with 6 to go on the shot clock. Buss to the high post. A shot that's off balance. The rebound is going to be grabbed. Won by Matt Hansen with 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Not really a whole lot of time to go for a 2-for-1. And now Mayer will throw it down for Bush. Back out to Zabel at the top of the key. Left side, Hansen for 3. That was short. Rebound, though, for Zabel. Back for Keatles, who's trying for another dunk, but he got the ball stripped away. Looking for a foul, but it will go back the other way for the Scoopers. Now the shot clock turned off. Down by 11 with 18 seconds to go. I think Coach Buss is trying to hold for the final shot. Leitenberg. Crossover move on Hansen, goes off the glass, missed the shot with 10 seconds left. Now Mayer will get the rebound. Mayer across midcourt, now for Keatles with 4 seconds to go. Keatles trying to get space with 3 guys on him and pulls up for 3 and missed the shot. And that will end the first quarter. 18-17 the lead for the Pierre Governors at the end of the first. Back in a minute with the start of the second quarter. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas automatic fill plans, so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year, so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Wahi Federal Credit Union member? At a Wahi Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at a Wahi Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
As we welcome you back here at the start of the second quarter between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers, John Winkler alongside Greg Dean as the Governors will have that first possession. Greg, a good first quarter for the Pierre Governors.
Yeah, Governors out, and again, on pace to break that 60 mark again, just like they did last week, twice out in Rapid City.
The Governors work it inside the paint. There's a good pass for Keatles, who again tried to throw it down and just couldn't quite do it before he got fouled. He's going to go back to the free throw line. And the Governors have done a really good job. They've tried to throw down a lot of dunks so far in this first half, but they've done well with the free throw line, and they've got the opportunities to go to the free throw line as Keatles makes that first one to make it 19-7.
Yeah, Keatles just on that backdoor cut, and Mayer just waited on him to bring Connor Burnt out, and then shot the back door, got a nice pass, and Keenholz ends up getting fouled, puts down 2 free throws.
And that lead is now 20-7 here for the Governors as we open up play in the second quarter. That pass was maybe an awkward one, and now a double team in the corner. The ball is loose. It's going to be picked up by Jackson Edmonds. They will throw it for Mayer, and then he threw it back to Matt Hansen, who couldn't quite get it. It ended up going off of his legs. It handcuffed him, and it goes out of play. That ball went all the way down the floor without anybody actually really possessing the ball. They get a fresh 35, but I don't know if anybody really had the ball long enough for a full second to go away.
Yeah, they're going to call it a turnover because they do get the fresh 35, so it's actually back-to-back turnovers is how it'll go down in the scorebook.
Mayer almost forced another turnover on Buss, but now they'll work it to the right side as it will be Ortlieb that will drive in, floats into the basket, rolls off the left side of the rim. The rebound is tipped a couple of times, but it's grabbed inside by Buss. His pass is intercepted. Here's Keatles. He will float it up to the rim. Trying for the one-hand slam, ends up just getting a nice little finger roll layup, and the Governors lead by 15, 22-7. This Governor team, the first home game of the season, they're trying to put on a dunking clinic, have a dunk contest instead of, well, there is a basketball game going on. There's a turnover on a carry. And, oh boy, got to be careful of the tie and Buss. He slammed the ball down. He's got to be careful he doesn't get a technical. But Governors are trying to have that dunk contest here tonight.
Yeah, just you can see a sense of frustration on Ty and Buss's face as he comes out of the game. But Governors really locking down on defense. Just 7 points allowed through the first 9+ minutes of this game.
Stutter step by Keatles. He'll get inside the paint. The shot's missed, and the putback is also missed. And the rebound is going to be grabbed by Owen Cass as The Sturgis Scoopers are getting a couple of defensive stops, but have not been able to find that bucket. And there's a couple of guys that will fall and tumble their way to the ground as Jet Zabel is going to get called for the foul. He took down one of the Sturgis Scoopers, and Coach Steele would be proud of that tackle. Coach Kusler probably not as happy as that tackle from Jet Zabel.
I was going to say, that looked like a pancake block like older brother Gray may try to do later on tonight up at the Fargo Dome.
Oh, and Cass, there's a high post jumper that's missed, a fadeaway from Leitenberg, and back the other way. Governor's in transition. Pull-up jumper is missed on the leader from Lincoln Keenels. Falling to the ground was Vliem. He's able to get a pass over to Leitenberg. And now we'll work it back in the low post, and Jet Zabel gets called for another foul, trying to get that position in front of Owen Cass. He'll pick up his second, and that might put him to the bench. Christian Bush will check in, and it will be Zabel that will come out.
Yeah, Zabel just being a little too aggressive defensively, and you know, those are both kind of what I would call hustle fouls. I mean, you know, they're not the kind of fouls that you really want to pick up if you're Coach Kusler, but it's not for lack of effort.
Bounce pass, good pass to the wing of Owen Cass, and now back for Leitenberg, who will reset the offense with 23 on the shot clock. They'll get a screen. Mayer goes, undercuts the screen. Now Owen Cass from beyond the arc. That hit the backboard first and rolled back up to the free throw line where it was grabbed by Pankratz. An offensive rebound for Pankratz. And now we'll work it back out. So a fresh shot clock again, down to 25 seconds on the shot clock with 5:30 to play in the first half. Working the ball about all the way around the perimeter to the left side. Back to Owen Cass at the top of the key. Sturgis really spreading things out offensively right now. Cass will set the screen, going underneath the zone, or underneath the screen. It was Mayer again. The shot was partially blocked, and now with 6 seconds to go on the shot clock, Sturgis picks up the loose ball. They get the shot, missed it, and Matt Hansen got the rebound, and he is fouled. And he might have been taking a shot below the belt. 5:14 left to go, and that's the 17th foul by the Sturgis Scoopers. So Hansen will go to the free throw line for the bonus.
Yeah, Hansen goes up, came right down on the shoulder of one of the Scoopers, and went down in some amount of pain. But that's one of those temporary injuries that you just kind of got to walk off.
So Matt Hansen will step to the free throw line. The Governors, they've made just one bucket so far here with 5:14 to go in the second quarter. As Hansen's free throw is missed. They are 2 for 3 from the free throw line right now. Just 4 points here in the second quarter for the Governors, but they still lead it by 15 with 5:05 left to go here in the second. On the left side, top of the key, Owen Cass working to the right wing, right back to the top, as it will be Pankratz that will start to drive, nearly traveled. That pivot foot almost looked like it started to drag the ground. Over into the corner, Leitenberg pulls up for a three. That's missed, but a weak side offensive board for the Sturgis Scoopers. That was by Pankratz. Now here is a pass from Cass. Back into the corner, another three, ball is up. That one's missed by Inhofer, and the rebound's grabbed by Heisler. And Kate Kaiser will slow things down here for the Pierre Governors. Kaiser works to the right side for Kruger. Hansen will try and flash in front. Now back for Heisler, left side for Kaiser. To a cutting Kruger to the low post. Back out high post. Christian Bush with a jumper. That's true for Christian Bush. He now has 4 in the ball game, and the lead is 17 now for the Governors with 4:10 to go in the half.
Bush has a nice soft touch for a big guy. He'll step out to 15. He actually had a 3 last weekend out in Rapid City.
A off-balance shot by Inhofer. Thought maybe he was going to get all the way free to the basket, but was cut off at the low post. Now Brecken Kruger for Matt Hansen, who pump fakes. Now throws it down low for Bush. He'll catch it and grab it out in the corner. Kaiser, touch pass for Bush. There's your 3 for Greg Dean. That's missed, but Heisler gets called for a push. Trying to get that position on the rebound. And Owen Cass was the one that got the position. Heisler gets called for the foul. That's his first and the 15th foul called against the Governors. Lincoln Keenels, Jackson Edmond are back on the floor. Matt Hansen and Christian Bush will take a seat. Connor Kruchenk is in for Sturgis, and he will bring the ball up for the Scoopers with 3:38 to go here in the first half. Kaiser nearly picked the pocket of Kruchenk, and now on the left side is Ridge Inhofer. Inhofer traveled and will turn it over. He saw the pass. He saw it close, thought better of it. And if you're going to force a turn, or if you're going to be called for a turnover, it's probably better to have that be your turnover so you get your defense set up.
8th turnover in the night for the Scoopers.
Right side for Lincoln Keatles. As the Governors lead it by 17. Heiser to the left wing for Kruger. To the baseline, it is Keatles. Back out, free throw line jumper is knocked down by Jackson Edmond. He now has 8. And the Governors lead it by 19, 26-7. 3:05 left to go here in the first half. Nearly a steal for Jackson Edmond. Krushenk will try and grab it back. A hand battle, fighting for it, and it's going to be a foul committed by Jackson Edmond. Trying to get the steal. That's the 16th foul.
Oh, I thought they called it on Kaiser. I thought I saw a 1-4 instead of a 2-4 from the official. Your eyes are better than mine.
That's not saying much. Inbound will go in the backcourt here for Tyne Bus. As he will work to the high post on the left side, kicks it back out for Krushenk, right wing into the corner, a little give and go, but the pass was tipped by Kate Kaiser and it goes out of play. It'll be a baseline inbound with 2:51 to play, 26 on the shot clock. Governors lead it by 19. On the inbound pass, Krushenk looking for someone to throw it to. Catch is made out on the right wing, bust for 3, he's missed. He was open, but couldn't hit it. Rebound was tipped and grabbed by Kruger. He'll work it back to the right side on the left side of your radio dial. Lincoln Keatles drives to the free throw line. Gets cut off. Back for Edmond on the right wing. Left side, Kaiser. He'll take one dribble to his left. His pull-up jumper is too strong. And the rebound is going to be tipped and grabbed by Taylor Ortlieb. And Tyne Bus here for the Sturgis Scoopers to slow things down with 2:23 to go in the first half. Again, the Governors lead it by 19, 26-7. Edmond with the steal. He's going to go one-on-one with Vliem. Two-hand slam for Jackson Edmond. His third of the night. And Jackson Edmond now has 10. And the oohs and ahs from across the crowd here at Riggs High School. A good crowd on hand. They've been put on a clinic for this hometown crowd. That pass off the hands of Bus. Nope, it was off the hands of Kruger. And over on the right sideline where it'll be a inbound here for Sturgis. Christian Bush, Jacob Mayer, and Matthew Hansen are back in the ball game. Keatles and Edmond are the two that stay for the Governors. Inbound pass goes in the backcourt, nearly almost passed it too soon for Ortlieb. It's going to be for Leitenberg. Now the left side, Krushenk. To the top of the key, that's Vliem, the 6'9 center. Right side, it'll be caught by Leitenberg. Jacob Mayer defends him. Leitenberg trying to find his way, driving to the basket. He'll hesitate, continue to drive from the low post, and a baseline jumper is not good, or is good for Leitenberg. His first points of the night, 28-9. It's the first points of the quarter. With 90 seconds to play in the first half, Sturgis got their first points of the second quarter. Jacob Mayer gets a screen for Bush. Pull-up jumper is good on the line. Was Jacob Mayer nearly had the three. With the lead is back to 21, 30-9 here with 1:10 to go here in the first half. That's the first points for Mayer tonight. On the right side, the pass for Ortlieb. Well beyond that three-point line. Nearly traveling in was Ortlieb. But he'll kick it over Vliem. He'll drive inside, 3 different defenders. Shot rejected, but right back to Vliem. And then a push is called on Christian Bush. That will send Vliem to the free throw line.
Yeah, nice job on the interior defense by both Edmond and Bush. Edmond and leaping ability. He's probably one of the better rim protectors that the Governors have had over the last, I would say 10 to 15 years. I mean, probably going all the way back to Zach Hansen in the, back in that early 2010 to 2014 range.
First free throw was good by Jake Vliem. That was their first free throw that they shot in this game. They're 2 for 2 at the line now, and the lead's 30-11 with 52 seconds to play here in the first half. Governors can go 2 for 1 here as they lead it by 19. Christian Bush into the corner for Jackson Edmond. He'll drive baseline off the glass with the left hand for Jackson Edmond. He's had himself a good game. 12 points, 6 in each quarter. The Governors are back up by 23. That game clock, shot clock difference of about half a second right now. So they can hold for that final shot against Sturgis. Good backdoor cut and a pass, well rejected by Edmond, and a foul called against Jackson Edmond. Good block, but got a little bit of the body on Jackson Edmond.
Yeah, and again, Edmund just about a half a step slow on the backdoor cut, but his leaping ability really gives him an opportunity to chase, give you a chase down block, and that's almost what he got away with. Just got a little too much of Pankratz with the body on the play.
As the first free throw is good for Holderman, and it's 32-12 here with 24 seconds to play. Second free throw barely gets a little bit of the net, so a free throw violation with 24 seconds to go. Now the Governors can hold for the final shot. 32-12 is their score. 20 seconds left here in the first half. Lincoln Keenels works it across the timeline. Keenels gets the screen from Christian Bush. Keenels pulls up for three, knocks it down. Lincoln Keenels' first three of the ball game for the Governors. And it's a 35-12 game with 2 seconds to go. Bus over for Holderman for three at the buzzer, and it's missed. And that is where we end the first half, 35-12. The Pierre Governors lead it over the Sturgis Scoopers. Governors were led in that first half by Lincoln Keenels with 14 points, Jackson Edmond with 12, and they are controlling to a 23-point advantage. Back in 3 minutes with halftime stats. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bankwest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bankwest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
Papa Murphy's in Pierre is here to make your big game party a success. They have fresh-made, delicious pizzas, cheesy breads, salads, and desserts that are ready to bake for all you football fans. Papa Murphy's pizzas are made fresh for you right in our store, so no more worrying about cold, soggy pizza. You take Papa Murphy's pizzas and bake them in the comfort of your own home, so they're hot and fresh right from your oven. Come on down to Papa Murphy's in Pierre and pick up your pregame pizzas. Papa Murphy's in Pierre. It's love at 425 degrees.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Faith Lutheran Church prays for God's blessings to all of our athletes and their families. We're proud of the commitment and dedication that you give to your team. We would love for you to join us and celebrate the successes that God gives to us on the field, in the classroom, and throughout our lives. You can worship with us at Faith Lutheran Church on Sundays at 8:30 and 11 a.m., on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m., or you can watch online at faithluth.com/livestream.
As we welcome you back here, it is halftime as the Pierre Governors. They lead at 35-12 over the Sturgis Scoopers. John Wagner alongside Greg Dean, and Greg, that was a good first half for the Pierre Governors, and they played well. They're doing what they should be doing right now and winning by 23 points.
And this game is kind of playing out exactly like we had talked about in the pregame. Just Governor offense is really flowing back and forth. I mean, you've seen them get out on the fast break a number of times, like you said earlier. I mean, almost putting on a dunk clinic. Three by Jackson Edmond, one by Lincoln Keenholz. They've gotten a lot of looks in the paint. They haven't really had to rely on the outside shot, but when it has been there, they've not been afraid to pull the trigger on it. And then on the other side of the court defensively, they have really stepped up. Gavin Leitenberg comes in leading this Scooper team at 9 points a game. He's only got 2 points so far in this first half, and those didn't come until about a minute and a half to go in the second quarter. And so the Governors are doing a nice job defensively. They've forced Sturgis into 8 turnovers so far by my count, and those are the kind of things that you know your offense will kind of have its peaks and valleys, but if you're a good defensive team, your defensive effort is going to be there night in and night out.
We go through the scoring totals right now, and only 4 made field goals in the first half for Sturgis. 4 points for Owen Cass and 4 for Aiden Holderman, who had a 3 and a free throw. Jake Bleeves 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Gavin Lightberg's got those 2 points. They went 3 for 4 on the free throw line, did the Sturgis Scoopers in the first half. Over for the Pierre Governors, it was 14 points for Lincoln Keenholz. He got 7 in the first and another 7 in the second. Same for Jack Emmons, 6 in the first, 6 in the second for 12 points. 4 points for Christian Bush, 3 for Ben Heiser. He's 3 for 4 from the free throw line, and Jacob Mayer's got a bucket for those 2. The Governors had out-rebounded Sturgis 16-12. They had 8 turnovers in Sturgis, 3 for the Pierre Governors, as that is the halftime stats for the Governors and Scoopers here. 35-12 is their score. And Greg, as we get for the second half here, before we get things underway in the second half, now the Governors have to go and finish things off. You like the 23-point lead. You probably like to have it more than 23 by the end of this ball game. How do you make sure you get that done?
Well, it's just the same recipe that they've used for the first 2.5 games. I mean, you just continue to use that pressure defense. You know, force Sturgis into turning the ball over. Those 8 turnovers have resulted in a bunch of good looks for the Governors on the offensive end, especially on that fast break, and just keep doing the pressure defense, and then just running through that offense and just getting good looks. They've gotten a lot of good looks out of the half court set tonight.
Governors lead at 35-12 here at the end of the first half. We will step aside for 3 minutes, and when we come back, get the second half for you. You listen to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online. Anywhere you are, Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Tons Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Tons Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility, and are prepared to help. Call Tons Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Tons Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's the truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Are you still looking for some gift ideas to fill out your Christmas list? How about a Dairy Queen gift card? Now through Christmas Day, for every $10 in gift cards purchased, you get a free small Blizzard. That's right, buy $30 of gift cards and get 3 small Blizzard coupons for free. A DQ gift card is sure to be a hit, and the free Blizzards can be your little treat. From all of us at DQ, we hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
As we welcome you back here, as the Pierre Governors lead at 35-12 going into the third quarter, John Winkler alongside Greg Dean.
Other scores from around the state. The number 5 ranked Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots lead Yankton in halftime 31-18. In Sioux Falls, the Harrisburg Tigers out big over the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors, 32-21. That also at halftime. Washington ranked number 3 in this week's poll. In Brookings tonight, Mitchell with a 48-26 lead over the Bobcats. 2 minutes left in the third quarter there. In Huron, the Tigers have a 2-point lead at halftime over the Watertown Arrows, 26-24. And here in Pierre, the Pierre Governors up 35-12 over the Sturgis Scoopers at halftime.
And Sturgis will get the ball to start the second half, but the Governors enjoying that 23-point lead and want to finish off their third win of the season here on a Friday night here at Rakes High School. As we get back to the second half, as Owen Cass couldn't handle the pass inside from Gavin Leitenberg, and a quick turnover. That is the now 9th turnover of the ball game from Sturgis, as Pierre didn't really, just played good defense. Forced another turnover by Sturgis. Jacob Mayer with the tying bus leaning on him. He'll get a pass over on the right side for Keenels. Inside for Bush. Turnaround shot is missed, but he is fouled and will go the free throw line for 2. The fadeaway shot from Bush. And Greg, you mentioned it earlier. He's got a nice, smooth stroke to him. And it just, for a big guy, you don't see that very often. You don't see, he can spot up from anywhere on the court.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's what makes him such a tough to defend. I mean, he'll take you into the low block, but he's not afraid to step you out to 15, even out to the arc. I mean, so you kind of have to be certainly aware of where he's at on the court at all times.
He goes 0 for 2 in that trip, but the Governors are able with the offensive rebound. Then the pass from Keenels goes through the hands of Christian Bush and right to Matt Hansen, who was standing right there, who probably thought that Christian Bush was going to make the catch. He lost the ball, ends up getting a tie-up, and it's going to stay with the Pierre Governors with 7:31 to go here in the third quarter. But they have a 29 seconds on the shot clock, and then they're going to talk about if the ball was ever in possession of Sturgis. I don't know if it was long enough to warrant a fresh shot clock, and I think they are going to keep it at just 29 seconds here on the shot clock. 29 seconds into this third quarter. Christian Bush will catch. Free throw line jumper. That's missed. Jackson Edmonds is able to get the rebound. A backdoor cut for Keenels. Back out on the right side for Mayer. To the top of the key for Edmond. He'll pump fake. Now he'll pull up for 3. That's missed. That's another thing against Christian Bush, I believe, might be get called for the foul, and he will get called for it, and it will be his second and the first team foul. But Jackson Edmonds is another guy that can shoot from outside as well. While you got the size that you haven't had the last couple of years, you've also got some shooters that you just wouldn't think would be guys that can shoot from the outside.
And that's something that I know Jackson Edmond has really worked on and really tried to add to his game in the offseason. It's just that outside shot. I mean, he's so good in and around the basket, and especially with his athleticism. I mean, he really can work well from 12 feet on in. But if he can be consistent from 15 feet on out, he's going to be really dangerous.
Christian Bush had an off-balance shot that was missed after getting a defensive stop on the other end off of the Sturgis offensive possession. one. Now the Scoopers have it again. Cass throws it down low, and Christian Bush is going to get called for another foul. That's going to be now his third. Second one he's picked up here with a minute and 22 seconds going off the clock in this third quarter. Jet Zabel will check in for Christian Bush. And the fresh 35 and a baseline inbound upcoming here for the Scoopers.
Governors don't lose any physicality on the inside, bringing Jet Zabel off the bench, the 6'4 sophomore, to step in for Christian Bush.
Top of the key for Gavin Leitenberg to the left side. Here is Buss on the wing. He'll take one dribble to his left, throw it in the corner for Cass. Now he'll drive left baseline, gets cut off. Two defenders there. Matt Hansen with the help defense, forcing the miss. And the Governors get the defensive board. Now Lincoln Keenels all the way coast to coast, off the glass with a putback slam for Jackson Edmond. He's got 14. And nobody has done a better job of pumping up this crowd here on a Friday night than what Jackson Edmond's done. Like I said, there's a steal. Jackson Edmonds got another chance here. Edmond back with a left hand off the glass, and then he's fouled. Couldn't get the dunk that time, but he's still able to get the layup to go, and he's going to go back to the free throw line for the first time tonight. And the Governors now lead at 39-12.
Edmonds already got 3 offensive rebounds here in just the first 2 minutes of the second half.
He might break social media tonight. The free throw is good from Jackson Edmond. And it's a 40-12. Digital Z is got to be watching this game very carefully because they're going to miss a dunk if they blink. All the way, there's a good give-and-go feed as Gavin Leitenberg will have his second field goal. And it's now 40-14 with 5:44 to go here in the third quarter. 40-14, Governors lead off the screen. Keenels pulls up for 3. He buries that one. He's now got 17, and the Governors are up by 29 with 5:30 to go here in the third quarter. Here at the top of the key is Leitenberg. Backdoor cut. There's a good shot that was missed, though. Jackson Edmond came over with the help defense, and the putback is missed. And then the tie-up on the rebound, and it will stay with the Sturgis Scoopers. Brecken Kruger, Kate Kaiser back in, and Coach Buss now will take his third timeout. Greg, I know you're about to jump in there, so I'll let you jump in here.
Well, you what Sturgis has started to do these last couple of trips down the court is just use that give and go, and the Governors have kind of turned their head as the ball has gone to the wing. The Governor defenders have just kind of turned their head, and that's allowed the Scoopers to make a couple of backdoor cuts, and the Governors have gotten into a little bit of trouble when they've done that. So I suspect that's probably what Coach Kusler was talking about in that 30-second timeout is you can't lose your guy if the ball gets entered into the wing away from you.
A 43-14 lead coming out of the timeouts. Coach Buss now with just 2 timeouts remaining here in this second half. Top of the key, Leitenberg. He'll start to drive left side. Kaiser is able to cut him off at the low post, and now back out for Buss at the top of the key. For Buss at the top of the key. Leitenberg, left to baseline jumper, and air ball is rebounded by Jet Zabel. Up the left side for Lincoln Keenels. And Keenels gets another screen from Zabel, pulls up for 3. That one's missed. Kaiser is able to tap it and keep it in. And it went off the hands of Zabel, and it goes out of play. We get a whistle with 4:53 to go here in the third quarter. 43-14 still our score. The danger now of up by 29 here midway through the point of the third quarter is you're trying to keep away from bad habits. And that's the one thing that starts to sneak in a little bit is maybe some bad habits when you get up by 29, because one backdoor pass isn't going to hurt you in this game, but it could hurt you down the road.
Absolutely, and again, this is a deal where every game early on in the season, there's a whole lot of teaching moments that can be had, especially so even though the Governors are up by 29 right now, you're going to have a whole lot of moments on film that I'm sure Coach Kusler is going to point to when they get back in the gym on Monday.
The shot was missed by Holderman as Keenels raced down the floor. He's fouled. He started to drive as Ortlieb gets called for his second and the third team foul of Sturgis here in the third quarter. Trying to say Sturgis and Scoopers at the same time doesn't go out so
Scoopers?
Well. Yeah. Well, then you get Spearfish Spartans tomorrow. It's more great alliteration. As Jet Zabel out to the top of the key for Jacob Mayer, right side for Ben Heisler. 4:15 to go here in the third quarter. Kaiser, top of the key, left side for Kruger. Back out from Zabel to Kruger for 3. Spots it up and knocks it down. Does Brecken Kruger. There's a big 3 and the Governors have increased their lead to 32 here with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. As Buss drives in, blocking foul is called against Jacob Mayer. His first and the third team foul for the Governors.
Governors got four bench players on the court right now using a 9-man rotation with Mayer the only starter on the court right now for the green and white.
Here is Holderman, top of the key as he working inside the free throw line for Leitenberg. He'll work it back out all the way near midcourt. He'll reset the offense. He'll drive left side, kicks it over. Now driving in, a shot from Burt is missed. Rebound for Jet Zabel. He finds his guard for Brecken Kruger. And he'll hand it back to Jacob Mayer to set the offense up. To the right wing for Zabel, back out top for Kaiser. He'll look left side for Kruger. And now Kruger will drive to the free throw line for Heisler on the right-hand dribble. Kicks it back out. Kruger, good pump fake. He'll take one dribble to his right just inside the three-point line. The shot's missed, and the rebound's grabbed by Sturgis. And back the other way come the Scoopers with Leitenberg. A quick pass over to the top for Holderman. Now right side, a good give and go back for Holderman. Rolls off the rim, gets his own rebound. The shot's missed. The put back again from Holderman's missed. And the rebound's tapped out to Mayer. He'll race down the floor. Mayer with the right-handed layup. That's good, and he's fouled. He tumbles to the deck, and he still gets it to go. And Jake Mayer's got now 4. And he's got a trip to the free throw line trying for a three-point play.
And again, the Governors are just really locking down the defense. I mean, and they just are, Sturgis just really doesn't have much of an opportunity to get much going. I mean, the only time they've really had anything going here in the third quarter has been those 2 give and goes and on back-to-back possessions. But other than that, through the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, the Governors continue to really ratchet up the defense.
They're now 2 for 4 from the free throw line here in the quarter as Mayer knocks it down. Kaiser will take a seat as Matt Hansen is back in the ball game. Lincoln Keenels has also checked in. And Greg, you mentioned you got 9-man rotation right now, and there's still another guy that will add to that rotation once we get past the Christmas break. Jack Merkwan is on track to be hopefully playing on January 6th, their next game after this weekend. And he will make this team even better than what they are. Matt Hansen with a steal here. Hansen going one-on-one across. He goes off the glass. That one will find its way through, and everything's falling in for the Pierre Governors tonight. They lead at 51-14 with 2:30 to go here in the third quarter.
And this is just such a fun team to watch because they play hard on the defensive end. They really flow well on the offensive end. And so the Governors, if you're listening to us right now or you're watching on YouTube, really try to make an effort to come out tomorrow if you can get out here because this team is just going to get better and better as the season goes on.
Connor Bird is fouled as Jet Zabel commits his third foul. That free throw is missed from Burtz. They were 3 for 4 from the free throw line was Sturgis in the first half as Edmond will check in for Zabel. Pankratz and Buss and Cass, I believe, are all back in the ball game here now for Sturgis. 51-14, second free throw was missed. Rebounds grabbed one-handed by Jackson Edmond. Lincoln Keenels will drive all the way with the right hand on the left side. Missed the layup, left it short. And the rebound's grabbed by Sturgis. And out the other way they go on the left side of your radio dial. Top of the key, Cass. He'll work around a screen. Back to the top here as Holderman drives in. And Ben Heiser had the hand on it. They call a jump ball. And it will go to the Pierre Governors. The possession arrow is in favor of the Governors, so it will be back to Pierre. A turnover by Sturgis. And another good play there by Ben Heiser. He's a guy that I think when you start looking at this team going into the season, and Coach Kusler talked about him at the beginning of the year. Jacob Mayer for 3. That one's missed. The rebound, there's Heiser with the foul. We're about to talk good about him, and he commits an offensive foul. But he's kind of a guy that nobody really thought about going in. You had Lincoln Keenels, Jackson Edmond, Jack Merkwan, Jacob Mayer got a lot of playing time last year in the varsity ranks. Matt Hansen as well. He was kind of that unsung guy that you're going, who? Ben Heiser. And he, like you said, led the team in scoring, or had double figures for the team in scoring last Saturday. And a guy that's going to get a lot of playing time and has played really well in his first 3 games at the varsity ranks.
Yeah, and he's really athletic. If you just stay in, if you just kind of isolate on him and just watch for a couple of possessions, you really see how athletic he is, and he's just really smooth. He's quick. He seems to always be in just about always be in the right position, especially defensively.
as Braden Foster has checked in, as well as Josh Schweitzer and Cameron Aharts. As Carson Aharts, there's for a three. That's missed. Cam Aharts, he's playing soccer still for Dakota Wesley. He has not returned to high school. Did it in the soccer season quite a bit. Carson Aharts put up a three, missed it, and Sturgis got the rebound. Owen Cass. No, wait. Cam does like me giving him shout-outs when I'm trying to call Carson by his right name. Carson Aharts with the steal. And then Foster up ahead for Edmond with a one-hand slam. And Jackson Edmond has done it another time. The rim's going to fall down here shortly if he continues to throw down some slams. There's a foul against the Pierre Governors.
That the fifth one of the night for Edmond, if I remember?
I think so, yeah. I think he's got 5 now. The foul was committed by Schweitzer, his first, and there's a timeout going to be taken here by Coach Buss. It is a 53-14 lead for the Pierre Governors over the Sturgis Scoopers. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner. They will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back here, as we play in the third quarter.
It's right
This
here.
winter, sip on a
The Governors lead it 53-14 over the Sturgis Scoopers. John Wickler alongside Greg Deep. Spencer Kelly back at the station as you are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. With 55 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Greg, we talked about right before we got going to the second half, the Governors leading by 23. You want to increase that lead. Well, now they're up by 39. I think they've done their job of increasing that lead.
Yeah, and you know, they just are doing exactly what they did through the first 2 quarters. You know, lots of pressure defense. That's resulting in a lot of fast break opportunities for the green and white. When they have got into the half court set, they've been very efficient with that.
As Tyan Buss coming on the timeout, his pass over for Inhofer. Now back for Buss, left side. It will be Hederman that will drive. He gets it stolen away by Foster. Now Jackson Edmond with a Euro step. That shot, it was partially blocked. And then Switzer came over and ended up knocking it out of play as Heisler will check back in. Jackson Edmond will take a seat right now. Jacob Mayer still in with the other 4 on the court. Actually, was not off of Switzer. It was off of the Sturgis Scoopers last. So 27 to go on the shot clock. Heisler throws it over the baseline for Carson Aharts. Back out for Heisler. Now the corner for Mayer. Looks inside for Aharts. The ball is poked away, but back for Aharts to grab. Now it is Foster. Top of the key as Heisler. He'll drive in, fakes the pass on the jump stop, and his shot goes in. And Ben Heisler is able to bank it in to make it now a 41-point lead for the Pierre Governors, 55-14 with 10 seconds to go here in the third. Driving in, Buss to the baseline. Back out for Buss from Inhofer. He'll drive to the baseline. Right back to the wing, right where Buss was at for Inhofer. That shot's missed. The rebound is tipped, and it will come down as time expires. And the Governors are on their way to another win here, but they lead it by 41 here, 55-14 at the end of the third quarter. Back in a minute with the fourth. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of the fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stop for block shots, holler for net ceiling takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com. Member FDIC.
As we welcome you back here for the start of the fourth quarter, as the Sturgis Scoopers will have the first possession here. 55-14 is our score. Inhofer will throw it over for Bus. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean here on this Friday evening. Glad to have Greg with us. Spencer Kelly back at the station. As it is over now, Jake Vleem. His pass was nearly intercepted. Cass lost his footing, was able to get the pass away, and he threw it back out for a three from Corbin Jensen. And Sturgis has made it 55-17. They had just 2 points in that third quarter, did Sturgis. We talked about how good this Pierre offense is, and Greg's touched a lot about how good the defense has been. They were very good in that third quarter. Lincoln Knowles takes one big step and will put it in. Coach Kusler will take a quick timeout after the made bucket from Knowles. He's got 19. The Governors lead at 57-17. We'll keep it here on KCCR, and you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Boy, Greg, this defense has been very good. Allowed 7 points in the first quarter, 5 in the second, and 2 in the third. Now, granted, they've already given up more points in the first possession in the fourth quarter they did in the third quarter, but that defense was getting better, limiting the points in that from first to second to third quarter.
Yeah, and again, just pressure defense resulting push Sturgis into 7 turnovers in the third quarter alone. They've got a total of 15 turnovers on the game. Governors, I've only got for 3 turnovers on the night, so they're again doing everything they need to do, taking care of the ball on the offensive end. Pressured Sturgis into a lot of turnovers on the defensive end. Governors just coming with a line shift on the timeout. I doubt we will see the starters the rest of the night for the green and white.
Owen Cass kicks it over for Jake Vleem as they work from right to left on your radio dial. Rich Inhofer to the top now for Vleem again. As you have Brecken Kruger, Jet Zabel, Cade Kaiser. There's a jumper from Ty and Bus for Sturgis, missed, and Zabel gets the rebound. Carson Aharts and Ben Heiser, the 5 for the Pierre Governors on the floor right now. Kruger to the top of the key for Cade Kaiser. I'm going to get to you what you just mentioned, Greg, here in just a second. Carson Aharts now for Jet Zabel. Heiser left side for Cade Kaiser. You're probably wondering what I'm going to try and talk to you about. Here is Brecken Kruger. Good pass inside for Heiser over the top of the defense, and Heiser went up high to catch it. And then he was wide open underneath the basket to put it in, 59-17. Long skip pass in the corner. Back out as the Governors now lead at 59-17. Ty and Bus for Owen Cass. He'll start to drive, kicks it for Jake Vleem, as now Vleem will throw it in the corner for a Bus for 3. That one's missed, and the rebound is going to be grabbed by Heiser. Greg, you said line change from Coach Kusler, which I was going to tell you or say on the air, and I'll say it right now here. There's a good pass inside for Cade Kaiser. There's another bucket. That's not what I was going to say, but that was a good pass from Carson Aharts to Cade Kaiser to make it 61-17. You've now done 3 sports with me. You've done football, basketball, and baseball, or baseball, and now you've done basketball. So you've got 3 sports left to do. We got hockey tomorrow night, and then we'll have soccer and volleyball, and then you've done all 6 sports on the air with me.
Yeah, I'm going to stick to 3.
3 is going to be the limit.
The old theory of success is talk about what you know, and those are the 3 sports that I know. I mean, volleyball, soccer, and hockey. You'd have a very quiet color man, John Wickler.
Carson Aharts over for Brecken Kruger, and that'll be in the corner for Cade Kaiser. Well, I can appreciate that, but hey, if you ever want to join hockey for one broadcast, there's a 5-second call against Cade Kaiser. He'll turn it over. I will gladly let you come aboard.
Have you ever seen that SNL skit with Chance the Rapper?
It says, "Let's do that hockey."
Let's do that hockey.
Yeah.
that would be the extent of my hockey knowledge.
As they say it, let's do that hockey. Top of the key. It is going to be for Tanner Ortlieb, now the left side, as it'll be a 3 that's launched and missed from Corbin Jensen, who has the one of 2 threes for the Sturgis Scoopers tonight. Kruger nearly turns it over. His pass, that will be tipped and that will be turned over. He got caught right past midcourt, and when he was trying to make a move, the ball got tipped and he nearly went in the backcourt, and his pass ended up going being deflected as he's looking for Carson Aharts. Inside the paint, as he'll throw it below the paint, so that pass is deflected off of a foot, goes out of play. 4:24 to go as Switzer and Foster check back in. They will do that hockey tomorrow. The girls and the boys will do that hockey tomorrow.
Yeah, you got a big day tomorrow. Basketball game at 2, and then back-to-back hockey games starting at 4:40 tomorrow.
Yeah, 4:40. Wait, you could.
Hey, I listen to you.
You could be on the broadcast with me. Here's a foul on the putback that will result in 2 free throws, as Corbin Jensen will step to the free throw line. That was committed by Carson Aharts, his first. We gotta be careful, Greg. We're starting to go into baseball mode here and start having a conversation while the game's going on. Jensen misses his first free throw. The Scoopers are 0 for 3 in the second half. They were 3 for 4 in the first half from the free throw line. Tomorrow, as Greg alluded to already, but tomorrow it will be a triple header for you, at least listening to me. It will be on 2 different stations. Greg will join me for the basketball call tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock as Pierre will take on Spearfish here at home. We'll be on the air around 1:40, and then the Hawaii Capitals girls and boys varsity on Capital City Rock on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. We'll take on the Yankton Gazelles first at 5 o'clock, and the boys play at 7 o'clock. Foster underneath, his shot's rejected. It goes out of play, and with 10 seconds from the shot clock, it'll be an inbound on the right baseline here for the Pierre Governors. Spearfish is at 2-0 going into tonight. They're taking on Aberdeen Central on the road tonight. They'll be here in town. They'll probably get in town late tonight. There's a shot missed by Zabel. Gets his own rebound. His pass goes over for Carson Aharts and back out for Cade Kaiser. Zabel had that 10 rebound game in the first game of the season against Rapid City Stevens. Now Foster back for Switzer. He goes to the buckets and he is fouled as a blocking foul is committed by Jensen, his first. And Switzer will be at the line for 2. He's looking for his first points tonight.
Yeah, Switzer's he's the kind of kid that when he gets a full head of steam, I mean, I don't think you want to be in his way because he has a lot of momentum going to the hoop, and then he's pretty well put together young man.
He makes the first free throw. 62-18 is their score, and the Governors now lead it. Second free throw. That was true as well for Switzer. 63-18 with 3:23 to go here in the fourth quarter. Governors are going to go to 3-0 in the season. We'll talk with Coach Kusler. We'll talk with one of the players as well after this contest here in the post-game show. There's a pass over for Ortlieb. He'll start to drive, step back. Switzer is able to close out on him before he can get the shot away. As it will be Leitenberg to the left side, now back for Ortlieb. Back to the top of the key. Pancratz will start to drive it with 6 to go on the shot clock. Foster came over trying to strip the ball free. The shot was missed. The rebound's going to be tipped and then grabbed by Foster. They'll hand it back for Kruger. And the Governors, with that with a 45-point lead right now, they're looking to potentially go up by 50 here in the last 2:40 of this ball game. Aharts over for Brecken Kruger. Switzer gets a screen from Zabel. Now for Aharts just inside the arc. Back out for Kruger. Now to hand it off for Aharts. Good cut from Kruger. The shot's missed. The rebound was tipped. It was unable to be grabbed. Now it's going to be taken away. It's Zabel's right there. It was tipped by Foster right into the hands of Judd Zabel. And Zabel's got his first points. Somehow only his first points of the night. And it's 65-18 with 2:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. There's a foul committed by Braden Foster. And it will be 1-1 here for the Sturgis Scoopers. Foster gets called for his first foul.
Again, the intensity and the effort and just the speed of this Governor team that we saw out of the starters and out of the guys in the rotation. You're seeing just as much of that out of these guys that are on the floor right now. I mean, so the effort and the intensity and everything, I mean, goes up and down this Governor roster right now.
Free throw was missed on the 1-and-1, so it was a rebound grab by the Governors with 1:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. Governors lead it by 47, 65-18. Aharts will travel and turn it over. As they'll get another sub. Wayne Perez will check in. Aaron Fable, the assistant boys soccer coach, he says he fully supports you doing a soccer game with me next year.
Let's do that soccer.
There's 100 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter. Some people are saying, thank goodness. Top of the key, as it is Pankratz that will start to drive, intercepted, stolen away by Switzer. They'll slow things up here with the Governors leading by 47, 65-18. Governors, they led by 11 at the end of the first quarter, up by 23 at half, and then really exploded for a big lead of 41 at the end of the third quarter. Switzer, another steal. Pass to Foster and a quick little handoff for Brecken Kruger as he'll continue to slow things down. 1:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Carson Aharts works it to the top, left side here for Kruger. Kruger lost the ball off the foot. Ball is loose, and we'll have a tie-up. It'll stay with the Pierre Governors. Corbin Jensen diving on the floor for a loose ball. Good to see, Coach Buss has got to be happy with some of these guys that's not their starters and probably not some of those guys that are the backup role players for Sturgis, but seeing a guy like Corbin Jensen who started to play in the fourth quarter to dive on the floor for a loose ball like that. Brecken Kruger with 5 to go on the shot clock. Quick pass over for Switzer. That is off the hands. That goes out of play. 44.2 to go here in the fourth quarter. And a fresh shot clock after the turnover and a possession here for the Sturgis Scoopers. All academic from here for the Governors to pick up their third win as they will knock down the Sturgis Scoopers. Scoopers will go to 0-3 on the season. It is Perez, drives all the way to the bucket. He is fouled. Foster gets called for it, his second foul. And Perez will be at the free throw line for 2.
Nice move by Perez. I mean, just made a nice move to the middle and then just a nice spin, got to the rim and able to draw the foul and now's knocked down the first free throw.
So that is just the 5th point of the quarter, 7th in the half for the Sturgis Scoopers. The 65-19 advantage. Second free throw is missed. Aharts gets the rebound. Shot clock is off, so Brecken Kruger just has to work into the front court. And the Pierre Governors will get a 3-0 start to the season. With 15 seconds to play, Carson Aharts for Jet Zabel. Back for Aharts. The Governors are going to win it 65-19 over the Sturgis Scoopers. A good home opener for the Governors. And a good ovation from the home crowd. They'll be back here tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Governors win it 65-19 over Sturgis. We step aside for 3 minutes. Come back with a post-game show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of heat-o-lator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of heat-o-lator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-o-lator fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! It's Santa, and I wanted to let you and all the other little boys and girls in the Pierre area know that I'm going to be at Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota this Saturday, the 18th for me. Stop on down at 518 East Sioux Avenue from 1 to 4 on Saturday, the 18th. Meet Santa at Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Ho, ho, ho!
First United Methodist Church would like to take this time to wish the Pierre Governors great success in this sports season. Athletic competition builds skills, leadership, teamwork, and provides lifelong lessons in character development. I'm Pastor Greg, and I invite you to join us for meaningful worship, personal growth, and compassionate fellowship. For a list of worship times and upcoming events, visit our website, pierrefirstumc.org, or our Facebook page, Pierre First, United Methodist Church.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Wahee Federal Credit Union member? At Wahee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Wahee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Wahee Federal Credit Union.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here, the Sturgis Scoopers get their third win of the season. Joe Winkler alongside Greg Dean. Good to have the pep band in full force again as well. But the Governors, they had a lot of pep in their step today, to maybe go a little bit of a cliche, but the Governors played really well from start to finish, especially after it was a 6-5 game, and that was as close as ever it was again.
Yeah, and the Governors again just really played well on the defensive end, and I think that's really where this game was won. Coming into the game, the Governors knew they had to focus on Gavin Leitenberg and Tyan Buss and Jake Vleem, the three leading scorers collectively. That they had 24 points collectively on average out of the 41, and I think they really did a great job shutting down those three kids tonight. And again, when you shut a team down to under 20 points over the course of a varsity basketball game, you're doing a lot of things right.
We're joined here by head coach Brianna Kusler as the Governors again win 65-19 here this evening. Coach, it was a 6-5 game. That was as close as ever was after you guys took advantage of it. This home crowd got a good show tonight because you guys played well from start to finish.
Yeah, again, execution of fundamentals. There were a couple times early on that I felt like we were getting a little lackadaisical with those type of things. Lackadaisical on our catches, passes. We were trying to be too fancy with things, and that's not our basketball. Against teams down the stretch, that's not going to fly. So every single time we've got to be fundamental with everything that we're doing and continue to execute. I thought when we got into our offense, we ran our lanes hard, got a lot of looks in transition, and then when we brought it back out and we're getting looks down the stretch, our execution was really good.
Defensively tonight, I thought you guys looked really good. I mean, there was a couple of lapses maybe early in the third quarter where they ran a couple of give and goes, but other than that, I mean, you really locked down their three main scorers in Buss, Leitenberg, and Vleem, and I mean, they just really didn't even get any good looks tonight.
You know, that continues to be our area of emphasis, is establishing our identity. I'm going to still be talking about this on our 20th game of the regular season. It's not an identity if it's only once or twice. It has to be every single day that we are doing it, whether it be in practice or it be in a game. And, you know, I'm really proud of their effort. From a defensive end, same thing. Really good team basketball.
Jackson Edmond had 19 points, Lee Keno's at 19, but you got 10 guys scoring in here tonight. Also, again, only 2 that had double figures, but sharing the basketball continues to be a theme for you guys.
Right. We want. I was talking earlier about our assist to turnover ratio. We're assisting the ball really well right now, and we're spreading that ball around. We want to continue to do that because if we continue to execute things the way that we are, they'll start to take advantage of some opportunities defensively. But then we also know that there's action and there's counteraction, and we're starting to see some of those things. We're getting those really good looks.
Yeah, and I thought tonight that your half court sets were really good, but you really didn't have to use them very much because you were out in the break a lot. I mean, you forced by our count about 14 turnovers tonight, and that really keyed your fast break tonight.
Yeah, the boys ran their lanes really hard, and that's something that we try and do every single day and replicate that in practice. And so that, again, their effort was really good because they, when they are running those lanes hard, they're putting the pressure on defensively to retreat, and then we're getting some looks. You know, we haven't even gotten into some of our transition sets, I guess you could say, which is something that we're looking to try and get into a little bit more. But by them putting so much pressure on them to retreat defensively, we're getting the looks that we want because we're still pushing with that patience, allowing things to develop and taking what's given to us, not trying to create anything too crazy.
Obviously, we heard the pep band, and I mean it's great to be at home. But these guys right now signing posters for fans, for their family, for some of the small kids. What kind of message does that send to the rest of the community, being able to do something like that? Especially after a win, you're now 3-0, 65-19 final score. But what's the benefit of doing something like that?
We're creating a culture right now, and this extends beyond just our locker room, and it has to be, we're building up that next generation. We talk about the impact a lot that these kids have, and sometimes it might not be until later on in their life that they really understand how impactful they are to these little kids. But man, even you just look back at our in the fall we do our Little Govs camp, and how we had almost 200 kids come to our Little Govs camp, and it's awesome to see them in the crowd now, and really see, because these boys, these high school boys, they deserve all of this. They work their butts off night in and night out, day in and day out, and so really, really proud of them and their effort.
One last question here. I'll let you to get moving here, but Spearfish tomorrow afternoon. What are you able to watch a little bit because you scouted Sturgis already, and they played each other? What do you expect from them?
They're gonna come in guns a-blazing. They're coming. They want to knock us off. Everybody that they're gonna come in here ready to go. I think you're gonna see a lot of things that we've seen in the last 3 games. But again, we just focus on ourselves, and that's gonna be our area of emphasis again.
Appreciate the time. Congratulations on another win. We'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you, guys.
Head coach Brianna Kusler of the Pierre Governor boys basketball team, who is now 3-0 on the season, 65-19, the winners here this tonight over the Sturgis Scoopers. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean here as we continue the post-game show. And I'm going to take away here. If you're watching on YouTube, I might zoom in a little bit here and just kind of show you exactly what's all taking place. I guess I can't zoom in too much here. But, these guys are signing some posters for some fans, for some of their classmates, for grandma and grandpa, and the little kids that going to be the future of this Pierre Governor basketball program, and it's a lot of fun to see. And I talked about that. We're going to talk to one of the guys. I think tonight's an easy one to say. We're not going to talk to any of them because they definitely need to be doing that, and that's cool to see.
Absolutely, and like Coach Kusler said, I mean, this is how you build that culture, how you build that next generation of Governor basketball. I mean, if you've had a son or a daughter go through a high school program, you really see how the grade school kids and the preschool kids really look up to those young men and young women because the athletes that you see on TV, I mean, those are just images. I mean, the kids that are out here on the floor at Riggs Gym, at Hollister Field, at PILC on the soccer pitch, I mean, those are real people to these kids, and they identify by them. They can reach out and touch them. In a lot of cases, I mean, they build relationships with them, and that's what's so cool about this community.
The Governors, again, they beat Sturgis 65-19 here tonight and improved to 3-0. We go through some of the totals here. Not a whole lot to go through for Sturgis, who only scored 19 points. They scored just 7 in the second half. They had 2 in the third quarter, but it was 4 points for Gavin Leitenberg, Corbin Jensen, Aiden Hederman, and Owen Cass. All had 4 points. 2 points for Jake Vleem, and then 1 for 2 for the line for Perez. 5 rebounds for Jake Vleem, 4 for Hederman. Overall, Sturgis had 21 rebounds. The Governors out-rebounded them by 13 in the ball game, 34-21. As we go to the Governors side, mentioned that Lincoln Keenels and Jackson Edmond both had 19 points to lead the Governors. Both guys in double figures, the only 2 in double figures, but 7 points for Ben Heisler, as well as 5 for Jacob Mayer. There's 3 for Brecken Kruger, 2 apiece for Matt Hansen, as well as Jet Zabel and Kate Kaiser. Christian Bush had 4, and then a point for Josh Switzer, who 1 for 2 for the free throw line. So 10 guys all score here for the Pierre Governors. They were able to unload the bench, and only Jack Merkwa, the varsity roster, did not play because he is out until after the first of the year. He will get back to either being a starter or be that first man off the bench probably for the Governors as we get into the new year. The Governors, they win 65-19. But Greg, this is was a fun game to watch from start to finish. Not just because of what the Governors did, but how many guys were able to do what they did tonight.
Yeah, and there really wasn't much drop-off, if any, from the starting 5 to the next 4 in the rotation to the guys that finished out the game. I mean, there really wasn't much drop-off in terms of talent level. There certainly wasn't much drop-off. There wasn't any drop-off in terms of effort and intensity, especially on the defensive end. And in all honesty, I don't know that I can remember a time at the AA level where any team has been held under 20 points in a varsity basketball game. I mean, that just talks about how rock solid this defense is. I mean, they've yet to give up 40 points in a basketball game through the first 3, and so defense will win you games night in and night out because your offense isn't always going to be there. But if this team can continue to play like this on the defensive end, they're going to win a lot of ball games.
And again, every good coach is finding ways to get better and wanting ways to be able to get better. And what Coach Kusler was talking about, saying that they were a little lackadaisical on offense and against good teams or against the top teams of AA. If you want to compete with them, you can't be doing that. And it's just kind of to show you that that even though we saw how good this team was, the coaching staff, they know how good this team can be. They want them to play perfect every single game. It wasn't a perfect effort for the common fan and for some of these kids that are going through the line. Well, they played. I mean, Jackson Edmond with all those dunks, he couldn't do no wrong to the kids and to the common fan. But as coaches, not necessarily doing things wrong, but not doing them completely correct 100% of the time, and the coaches are going to work on that to make this team even better than what we saw tonight.
Oh, especially early in the season, you're going to have a lot of teaching moments on this film, even though it's probably one of the best defensive efforts. As far as a final score goes, you're still gonna find flaws in terms of how this team played both offensively and defensively. You're never going to be perfect, especially in Game 3 of the season. And so Governors, but if they can continue to improve, if they stay healthy, that's always a big thing. And we talked about Jack Merkwan being an example of that. I mean, he's going to be a big part of this team going forward, and it'll be really good to have him back after Christmas in this lineup. But this team is going to get better as the year goes on, and if they continue to improve, they've got the potential to be. I don't want to use the word scary because I think that puts a little too much pressure on them, but they're certainly going to be a force to be reckoned with as we get into January and February.
Again, the Governors went 65-19. Greg, you got some scores you want to run down
I got
before we wrap it up?
Quick quick update from out west. The Governor girls are leading Sturgis late in the second quarter, 29-12. Boys AA scores from across the state. These are all final save for one. Sioux Falls Lincoln has defeated Yankton 61-44. Aberdeen Central has defeated Spearfish, the opponent that'll come in here tomorrow. The Eagles win that one 74-49. Harrisburg has defeated Sioux Falls Washington 69-57. The Mitchell Colonels put a shellacking on the Bobcats from Brookings 67-44. Huron with their first win of the year, 62-47 over Watertown. And midway through the third quarter, Sioux Falls O'Gorman is leading Sioux Falls Jefferson 34-16.
As the Governors, again, they win it 65-19 over the Sturgis Scoopers. Here tonight, we'll be back on the air at 1:40 tomorrow afternoon for a 2 o'clock tip-off between the Pierre Governors and the Spearfish Spartans. And then tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock, 4:40, we'll start coverage over on Capital City Rock as the Hawaii Capital girls will play first against the Yankton Gazelles, and then the boys will take on the Yankton Bucks at 7 o'clock. Both of those games will be on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Greg Dean will join me for the basketball game. He won't join me for all three, but he'll join me for the basketball game tomorrow. Looking forward to bringing you the Governors at Spearfish Spartans tomorrow. Again, they play at 2 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 1:40 as the Govs win at 65-19 over Sturgis here this evening.
You do that hockey.
I will do that hockey. I will call that hockey. They will do that hockey, the Hawaii Capitals will. Thanks to Spencer Kelly back at the station. Greg Dean to my right. As we wrap things up here, John Winkler, final score one more time. The Pierre Governors beat the Sturgis Scoopers 65-19 as we say so long from Riggs High School.
You've been listening to Pierre Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Governor Basketball is brought to you in part by Dairy Queen, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Avera St. Mary's, and Bankwest. And by Billion Auto, Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Birding Electric, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, and Midwest Co-op. And by Fisher Round, First Dakota National Bank, Lamb Motors, All Around Graphics, and Faith Lutheran Church. And by Missouri River Dentistry, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Papa Murphy's, Kruger Contracting, and Wagner Auto. Join us all season on your home for Governor Sports, KCCR, KCCRradio.com, and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota Sports